To God be the glory. Respected Reverend Dr. Rustam Kaizen Jeffrey, DD PhD, Advisor, International Mission Director. I'm reading Pastor's writing. Is a book of Revelation is finished, and another writing is the Lamb sent to the slaughter, crucify Christ, and I'm reading that, and that is another portion is the be. No death so through, no shame is be complete. Sorging practices be sorging was called the little death. It's proceeded the big death, the crucifixion. Flogging was the legal preliminary to every Roman executions, and only women, Roman senator or solitaries, except for the destruction, were be exempted. The usual instrument was that be short whip, flagrum, and flagellum, with be several string of the braided leather through of the various leathers, on which small iron balls and sharp pieces of the sheep bones would be tied at intervals. Before scourging, that man used to be stripped, and his hands are tied to the right upright post, and the back, bottoms, and bill were flogged. After the scourging, that soldiers often tortured their victims, as the Roman soldiers are repeatedly struck the victims back with a full force. That iron balls would be causes deep contusions and bruise on an injury of the part without break in the skin, and that leather thorns and the sheep bones would cut into the skins and be subconsciousness tissues into be shred, thus exposing the underlying muscles and be skeletal structures. Or the flogging continued, the lacertrant would tear into the underlying skeletal muscles and be produce querying ribbons of the bleeding flesh. Pain and the blood loss would be generally set for the cruelty shock. That the extent of the blood loss may well be determined how long that the victim would have to survive the cross. Romans lictors but be professional, they confident their labor to the be fine, brutal act and be scourging, and they could beat a victim until only the barest spark of life remained in that be prisoner. Even that be tension of the waiting for the first blow is cruel. The body is rigid, that muscles not in that be fermenting cramps, color drains from that be cheeks, lips, and be drawn tight against the teeth, as that whip descendants the thorns of the act out of crosses the back, and the cuts through the skin, and the weights crush with a bursting force into the ribs, and cruel beatingly around the chest. When a man is so scorched, there is a pain beyond that memory of pain. Sweat burst from that brow, and strings that eyes at each stroke of the flagra, and the victim's body stretched like a beheaded chicken, and second stroke the patterns that be back and off the chest with the V-shaped networks of the small cuts. Only the Son of God would hold back the high pitched wall of the unbearable agony. And this what the God suffered. This is the way God suffered. I refer to the Bible 121. I lift up my eyes unto the hills, from where there comes my help. My helps come from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved, and that be keepeth thee not will slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper, the Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by the day, nor of the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. And thank you very much. May God bless you all richly. Amen.